Hi everyone! Today I'm here with Craig Miles from the famous Facebook group TM5 Hints, Tips and Recipes. And he is going to be showing me how to cook his famous Brookie recipe. Now this recipe is going crazy on social media, so I am really excited to see what all the fuss is about. But first, Craig, tell me, what on earth is a Brookie?
First of all, Alyce, thank you very much for having me here today.
Our pleasure.
A Brookie is a hybrid between a brownie and a cookie. I stumbled across the Brookie one night watching a MasterChef episode, and one of the contestants used it in the elimination contest. I jumped online and found the recipe and converted it so everyone could use it in the Thermomix, and it's gone crazy. So,
it has gone crazy. Right, well, thank you so much for being here to show us. Let's get started.
Rightio.
Fantastic.
First of all, we've got 350 grams of dark chocolate. Make sure it's 70% cocoa content. It won't work with any other chocolate, so please don't fiddle with the type of chocolate. First of all, we'll grate this in 2 lots, as per the BCB instructions in the front of the book. So we'll put 200 grams and then the further 150 grams after that. So we'll get started with that.
Fantastic.
So we'll weigh out 200 grams of chocolate. And we'll put that on for 5 seconds at speed 7 to grate that up.
Stop.
So we'll just transfer that grated chocolate to a separate bowl so we can do the second lot of chocolate. So once both lots of the chocolate are grated, we can recombine the grated chocolate back into the bowl, and then we'll add some butter and we'll get started at melting that down.
So if you were using a block of chocolate here rather than those callets, we would recommend breaking it up roughly. Do not put a whole chunk of chocolate or a whole block straight in your Thermomix bowl.
That's correct. You can buy good quality dark chocolate from Coles and Woolies. Break that up and grate it. I've always tried to source good quality Belgian chocolate for doing mousses and my Brookies and a few other things that I do. So wherever you source your chocolate, that's good.
Yeah, so we've used Lindt today.
So we'll put in the butter and we'll get started on melting that all together. So we'll turn that on to 5 minutes. And 50 degrees to melt the chocolate. And about speed 2 or 3 is okay. So what we'll do as the Thermomix starts to warm up and melt that chocolate, just a couple of times in the first couple of minutes, just stop the machine and scrape the chocolate down to the bottom of the bowl so all the grated chocolate gets combined together. So the chocolate's nearly done now, Alyce. Once that's finished, we'll take the melted chocolate and we'll put it into a separate bowl, and then we'll combine all the other ingredients together so we can mix that together later.
Fantastic. Oh. How's the disappointment?
Always forget about that.
I know, me too. Okay, so there is your big glass bowl.
Thank you. I'll use this old spatula. So you can see the chocolate and the butter is combined well, and it's nice and shiny and glossy.
Absolutely. So who gets to lick the bowl?
You can lick the bowl if you like. Another sneaky little trick too, once we're finished, in the past I've added a litre of milk and warmed it up to 50 degrees.
Made hot chocolate?
And made a hot chocolate with
Fantastic.
what's left in the bowl. So.
Okay, well I'm going to get your eggs cracked while you're doing that.
So don't worry about cleaning the bowl, we can put that straight back on and we can combine all the other ingredients. We'll set that liquid chocolate aside for a little while.
I'll take that.
Thank you. So into the bowl we've got 150 grams of caster sugar. There's 80 grams of corn flour. And we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Eggs, mate.
We've got, yeah, we can also add in the 3 eggs. And we'll squeeze in, no amount, just a good little squeeze of vanilla paste.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oops. We'll put
What are we doing?
We'll put the
butterfly.
in. It will work without the butterfly. I've done it both ways. So we'll put that on. We can combine that for, I think it's a few seconds. So 6 seconds at speed 3. So once this is finished, we'll combine these ingredients to the chocolate. I'll just give this a quick scrape down, make sure that's all combined. I'll get rid of the butterfly at the moment, thank you.
My pleasure.
If you're working really efficient, Alyce, and you've got all your other ingredients set out, you can actually combine them back in the bowl and mix them together. For your first couple of tries, I recommend doing it manually and pouring the egg mix into the liquid chocolate and mixing it manually until you get the feel of how everything goes.
Right. So is that what we're going to do?
We will. So we'll combine the 2 lots of ingredients now. So we'll pour this into the liquid chocolate.
Beautiful.
So bear in mind, once you combine these 2, the liquid that we've just added will reduce the temperature of the chocolate. So you need to work quick on this part and combine all the ingredients together pretty quickly.
Yeah. So everyone should set out their ingredients as beautifully as we did.
That's a great tip, Alyce. Yes, absolutely. So I'll give this a good stir. The mixture will start to thicken as you stir it and it gets aerated and the liquid chocolate starts to return to a solid. So we're looking for a consistency like a dough where you can actually spoon the mixture out onto the baking trays. You don't want to add the mixture too soon or while it's still too runny, otherwise you'll end up with boogie pancakes.
Did you just say boogie pancakes?
Boogie pancakes.
I heard boogie.
I heard boogie.
No, brookie pancakes. Okay. Okay, so do we need baking mats now?
We do need baking mats now.
Fantastic. So baking trays, baking mats, the works. So we are using my new baking mats today.
Perfect.
Which is very exciting. We've got the silicone bake it till you make it in grey, in this size, and a larger one.
Excellent. I'll definitely be using these at home.
I have no doubt. We'll send you home with one. So we've got the smaller size here, which is perfect for a 60 centimetre oven. And then we also have the larger size here, which is great for a workstation or for larger ovens. So we've got a larger oven, so we're going to use both.
We could use both to fill them up with Brookies as well.
So that mixture is thickening up beautifully. It's looking incredibly glossy. Looks like I could just eat it now with a spoon, to be quite honest.
It is really good to eat like this. If you like eating raw cookie dough, this stuff is the bomb, let me tell you. So if you haven't got one of these spatulas, these are the bomb. I love using Alyce's spatulas. They get all the mixture off the side of the bowl. So jump online and grab one of those. They go good.
So how do you know when you've combined it enough and it's ready to go on the tray?
So what we're looking for, Alyce, is just like a good thick mixture. You don't want it too runny, otherwise your brookies will spread and you'll end up with like a really flat cookie at the end of the day. So you want to just keep stirring it until the chocolate reduces in temperature and the mixture is thick enough for you to spoon onto the tray.
Yeah.
And you want to keep a little bit of height on the brookie so you get a nice plump brookie when we're finished.
Fantastic. But obviously you wouldn't want to leave it too long, I assume, because it'll set. Or close to, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Okay,
So
excellent.
it's just one of those things that you need to run with yourself and have a look at and make a decision. So that's looking pretty good at the moment. So
maybe how about we show everyone at home.
So you can see the mixture is kind of thick. It's not really runny. And most of the mixture will stay on the spoon if I tip it upside down. So that's perfect consistency for a brookie.
Yeah, well that's a good trick. Turn your spatula upside down and if your mixture stays on it, it's ready.
So we'll grab 2 dessert spoons.
Sure. Here we go.
And we'll have a go at doing these.
Move this out of the way.
So usually what I do, Alyce, is just spoon out maybe 1 dessert spoon full of brookie mixture and just use the other spoon and place it onto the mat.
Oh, look at that, Craig.
So you want to leave the brookie nice and plump and round and high. Try not to push it down with the spoon. You want to have a brookie at the end of the day that's still got that brookie, that brownie consistency inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, shall I try one?
Have a go.
Do I dare?
Now these will spread just a little bit. So always leave just a little bit of room in between your brookies so they can cook well in the oven.
So could you make them bigger than this?
I've found that like a dessert spoon is a good size.
Yeah.
They will spread a little bit and they are quite a decadent chocolate biscuit with the amount of dark chocolate that we've got in there. So these seem to be just the right amount of size for the brookies at the end of the day.
So this is really portion control.
It is, but only if you eat 2 brookies. Definitely going to be fights for who's licking this bowl later. So what we'll do when we're finished spooning these out, just to dress them up and look good when they're finished, I've got some milk chocolate buds there that we'll place on top of the brookies before they go into the oven.
These ones?
That's him. You can
just in case there wasn't enough chocolate in this recipe.
Just in case there wasn't enough.
So are we talking a couple on top? What am I doing here?
I usually go for 3 on top of each one.
Okay.
Love nice round numbers.
What else could people put on top? Macadamia nuts?
You can do macadamia nuts. I have made a bunch with macadamia nuts and some of our members have also used macadamia nuts. You don't have to worry too much about the white chocolate and the milk chocolate as the dressing on top. That won't affect the brookie at all. So a lot of people choose to use the milk chocolate buds. Also, I've seen some people that have used dried cranberries and white chocolate buds as well. So go for your life. This part of the recipe gives you a little bit of a chance to experiment and put whatever you want to put on top.
So this is where you get creative.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, I'll give you those ones to do yours. Or we could have a competition here.
Okay, what are you proposing?
Whose brookies look the best?
A design off.
A design off, exactly. Better head to the pantry. So we can even feel now that this is getting quite a lot more solid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it is imperative to work fast. I think we're going to need the spatula to... Whoop. This could get messy.
There'll be chocolate everywhere.
There'll be chocolate everywhere.
So you can see with the mixture, like most of the brookies haven't spread out at all. That mixture is perfect. It's still nice and thick. They've kept their consistency and they've kept a little bit of height. So when they come out of the oven, they should retain that shape and you'll get that real brookie, chewy, gooey, chocolatey inside and they'll be nice and crunchy on the outside.
Perfect. So what are we going to do with these now? We're going to bake them 180?
Absolutely. So these will go into a preheated 180 degree C oven for about 12 minutes. I've got a dodgy oven at home, so just keep an eye on them after 12. Same trick when you're baking cakes. You can put a skewer into the brookie. If it comes out clean, they should be pretty close to being ready. So just modify the time a little bit, according to your own oven at home.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll put some choc buds on here. You beat me to it.
And then we will get these straight in the oven. These have come straight out of the oven and boy, do they smell delicious. Now, Craig, how did we know they were ready?
Once they've come out of the oven and your time's up, I usually do the same trick that we do with a cake, and we use a skewer. Simple as just putting your skewer into the brookie. If your skewer comes out nice and clean, then the inside's going to be cooked just perfect. So another thing as well, once they have all the little cracks, you'll find the outside will get a skin on and it'll start to crack open. That's also a really good sign that your brookie's ready to go.
So what are we going to do with them now?
So once they've come out of the oven, resist the urge to pick them up. They'll still be very soft and gooey. I usually leave them on the baking tray for 5 or 10 minutes and just let them cool down a little bit before you transfer them to a wire baking tray.
Yeah. Yeah, see, they do feel quite soft still. Yeah, so we'll be back in 10 minutes. So Craig and I have a little blunder that we need to fess up to in our hasty endeavour to get these brookies on the cooling tray. We have pulled them off before they have cooled, and as you can see, we've lost a little bit of our brookie in the middle. So come on, fess up to yours. Yeah,
There's also one on my side as well.
So the summary is you really do need to wait the 10 minutes, but now
Absolutely.
we have waited.
Resist the urge to pull them off too early.
Yeah. So we've waited now 10 minutes. We're going to put them on the tray. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
you can transfer them now onto a cooling tray.
Let's go for it. See, now you can see these are coming off the baking mat really smoothly. These look so good.
I don't know about you, Alyce, but I'm going to get stuck into these bad boys now.
No waiting. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
How good are they? Seriously good.
I can't talk. I got a chew before. Well, the other thing Craig and I were realising while scoffing these delicious cookies is they're actually gluten-free.
Absolutely,
It's a
Alyce.
serious plus.
Absolutely. So for this recipe to be gluten-free, just make sure that your
Baking powder.
the baking powder is a gluten-free variant. Some are not and some are. We know the Anchor brand is, so I always use the Anchor brand to make sure these are gluten-free cookie.
Fantastic. Oh, lost a choc chip. Well, Craig and I are going to go and continue to stuff our faces with some brookies. But if you want more great Thermomix recipes by me, visit www.alycealexandra.com. We've got the link below, Craig. And if you want to see more of Craig and I cooking, subscribe to my channel. And where can we find you, Craig?
We're at TM5 Hints, Tints and Recipes Facebook page, so if you'd like the recipe for my Brookies recipe, head over to there, come along, like our page, plenty of people pointing in the right direction, you can find the Brookies link there.
Fantastic. Thanks.
See ya!
Oh. I'm going to just keep back the bowl.